guess yourself, right? You're going to do the right thing, right? Would those questions make you feel pressured or uncomfortable? Well, they certainly made Phoenix officer Sergio Virgilio uncomfortable enough to take them to his boss. Now, he's the officer whose testimony led to murder charges against another officer, this man, Richard Crispin. And according to internal police emails, Virgilio felt those questions from these local politicians were an attempt to influence his story.
Phoenix Vice Mayor Michael Nowakowski and Councilman Michael Johnson admitted to me today that they did call Officer Sergio Virgilio shortly after he accused fellow officer Richard Crispin of murder. They called together on speakerphone, but they said that their intent was strictly supportive.
It's a protocol that I have in my office. Anything that happens in District 7, I call the officer.
It was a pleasant conversation. It was a very short conversation.
But according to internal emails posted on the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association website, Officer Virgilio felt awkward during the conversation. Nowakowski and Johnson allegedly asked him, "You are not going to second-guess yourself, right?" It bothered Virgilio to the point that he asked his supervisor to have calls from politicians stopped.
Did you say anything to him like, we need to know that you're not going to change your story or anything to that effect?
No, sir. Basically that we're here to support him and thank you for his integrity and doing the right thing.
Did you say anything like that to him?
Well, you know, those things that you're referring to are really secondary things that have happened, that has come from an email that has been put out through a supervisor to a lieutenant.
Councilman Johnson went on to say, Plea, the union that made these emails public, has been very critical of Virgilio. Plea represents the officer accused of murder, Richard Crispin, but Officer Virgilio isn't a member, and it would benefit Crispin's case to portray Virgilio's statements as tainted. But that doesn't mean that the conversation didn't take place.
If the officer had felt pressured or maybe that the call was improper, how would you respond to that?
I would ask you to bring the officer here and then we can have that conversation with the three of us.
Now, we asked Phoenix Police Assistant Chief Jerry Williams if Officer Virgilio's concerns about the phone call bothered her, and she said, "I always care about our employees." And pertaining to the call, she said only, "I am addressing it." Back to you, Sean.
All right, thanks, Pat. Officer Crispin is expected to be in court tomorrow. He is scheduled to be arraigned at 8:30, and will be there, of course, to let you know what happens.